my board not going to work for me today?
I hope not, so we don't have to do it.
Well, then we'll use the computer.
Yeah, but what if my computer doesn't work?
There we go.
Not yours.
No.
Oh. I don't care. What if I just throw it?
Then you get in trouble.
And
Foster.
that's what I like.
Stop.
I like getting in trouble.
Daddy.
Yeah, I all know.
All right. Okay, so adding mixed numbers. Like I said, we've been doing this for a couple of days, so it should be familiar. How can you add mixed numbers? That's our big idea, our big question for the day.
Brenda mixes sand with 2 7/8 cups of potting mixture to prepare soil for her plants. After mixing them together, how many cups of soil does Brenda have?
Okay, so first off, let's look, because it doesn't say it in the problem, it says it more in the picture here. How many cups of sand does Brenda have? Kira? Not Kira. Oh, I think it's the first time I've done that. Addie? 1 3/8 cup of sand. And then how much soil?
2
2 7/8. So she's going to put those together. Saxon, why don't you move right over here by Kyle? And that's going to be your new permanent spot. What's going to happen? What operation do I need to do if I'm going to put those together? Am I going to add? Show me a 1 on your chest if I add, 2 for subtract, 3 for divide, 4 for multiply. 1 for add, 2 for subtract, 3 for multiply, or for divide, 4 for multiply. All right, everyone has a 1. Good, we are going to add because we are combining.
This is adding.
What operation should you use to find how much
we just
soil,
did that.
Brenda? You should add to find the amount of soil. Find 2 7/8 plus 1 3/8. Add the
If you want to work
fractions.
this out on your board, go for it. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so the first step, and they've done it for you. First step, remind me, what is the first step here?
To add the fractions.
Add your fractions. And when we add fractions, the first step with that, we have to look at what first? Parker, let's be doing it. Where's Marker? Gabriel, let's be doing it.
Equals.
We have to look to see if our denominators are the same. So let's look. We have an 8 down here and an 8 here. Are they the same? Where's your whiteboard? Let's go. Okay, so they are the same. So I add 7/8 plus 3/8. And what do I get? 10/8. Because I keep my denominators the same and I just add 7 plus 3. Okay? Can I keep the 10/8 that way? No, Foster, you're like, no way, why not? Okay, and I need to change it to a what?
2 8.
I need to change it to a mixed number. Okay, how do I change it to a mixed number? What do I do? Aiden, what do I do? You've started.
What do you mean?
You can see how many times 8 goes into 10.
Okay, I can see how many times does 8 go into 10 without it being too much, right? So how many times does 8 go into 10? Show me on your chest. Kira, how many? 1 whole time, so that becomes my big 1. Remember, we're not making our wholes small, so we don't mix in with our numerators. That becomes my big 1. Okay? Oh, and I don't put it there. I put it down below, don't I? Sorry. Put it down below. Then I ask myself, how many 8s equals this whole? And a lot of times I draw a candy bar if I don't know this. So here's my candy bar. I want 8 pieces in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's my candy bar. And if I want to eat the entire candy bar, how many pieces do I have to eat? 8 of them. It's 1 whole, right? So 8 8s is equal to 1 whole. So I subtract 8 8s from 10 8s to see how much is left over. And how much is left over, Reese? What's 10/8 minus 8/8? Reese, you wrote it down? 2/8. So I bring that 2/8 here. Not yet. Okay, Camden, what were you going to say?
Then you have to add the 3 holes.
I have to add my holes.
Yeah.
2 plus 1 is what?
3.
3. I have 3.
Plus 1.
3 plus
1 is 4.
1 and 2/8. What does that equal?
4 and 2.
4 and 2/8. But I'm going to ask you, am I done? Why not? Why am I not done? Parker, why am I not done? Parker. I have to simplify because I know that both 2 and 8 are what kind of numbers? Even numbers. Okay, so if I want to simplify, how do I simplify a fraction? Kylie?
You do your factor rainbow.
I do a factor rainbow. So if I have 2, factors of 2 are
2 and 1.
1 and 2, okay. What about 8?
2 and 4.
1, let's start with 1 and 8, okay, and then I heard 2 and 4. So I need to find the biggest, the greatest common factor, the biggest number that is the same. And it is 2. So I take that and I divide my numerator and my denominator by 2. And I get 1, 4. So my answer is 4 and 1, 4. Okay, lots of steps to remember, but you have to go through every step. Okay, well, this is how we're doing. Okay, any questions about a step here? Not understanding how I got something?
Nope.
Reese?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, that's fine. Which part are you confused about? Okay, well, don't just say the steps. Tell me what step. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Do you understand how I got 10/8? Okay. Do you understand how I got 1 and 2/8? Or is that where we're confused, this part here?
That's wrong.
That's where you're confused, this 8/8?
No, I get it because you're using the one hole, so you have...
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking 8/8. First step is you have to see how many times does 8 go into 10. And Ashley, how many times is that? 8 goes into 10, how many times? 1 whole time. Then I have to see how much is left over, okay? So 1 whole is equal to 8/8. Okay, so I have to subtract 8/8 and I get 2/8 from that. That's how I get this. Okay, so Reese, so if you understand this, what part don't we understand then? Okay, so then once I have my fraction part, then I take my whole numbers, 2 and 1, and I have to add those together. So what's 2 plus 1? 3, okay? So then I did 3 plus my 1 and 2/8. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and I bring my fraction, I get 2/8. Well, I know, though, that 2 and 8 are both even numbers, so they can both be divided by 2.
Yesterday
So I get 1/4.
I just wanted to get it done so I can go outside.
Okay. All right, let's keep going and see if we're correct with this.
I'm going on number 11. So the denominator stays obviously.
The denominator is, oh, yep, stays the same, unless you're simplifying like we just did with the 1/4.
So it was 1 and 2/8. That's the answer. 4 and 1.
It was 4 and 1/4 because you had to add the whole numbers.
Add the whole numbers.
See, like they were doing here. So they used models here. So there's 2 wholes and 1 whole. So now they have 3 and 10/8.
Simplify the sum if possible.
So they broke down this 10/8 here. And they broke it down to 1 and 2/8. Because 8 can go into 10 one whole time, and there's 2 left over. And then they simplified, just like we did, okay?
Brenda prepared 4 1/4 cups of soil.
Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Do you want to do one together?
Yes.
All right. Let's do one together, and then we will move on to our stations. Yeah, stations. All right, let's everyone clear your boards.
I cleared it.
Okay, let's try this one. Let's do 4. Let's do 4 7s. 4 and 4 7s. 4 and 4 7s. Plus, let's do 6 and 6 7s. Okay, write on your boards. 4 and 4 7s plus 6 and 6 7s. Okay, first step. Add fractions, right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's in.
Okay, so let's add them. 4 7s plus 6 7s.
Equals 10.
First, look at your denominator. Look at your denominator. Is it the same?
Yes.
Yes, so it's going to stay the same in my answer. Okay, then I add my numerators. 4 plus 6, Brooklyn.
10.
Stop robbing her of her learning. What's 4 plus 6? What'd you say? 10. Okay, so I have 10 7s. Okay, let's just leave that alone right now, okay? And let's add our whole numbers next, okay? So step 2, add
It's right here.
whole numbers. Okay, so what's 4 plus 6? 10, right? We just had that. So now we have 10 and 10 7s. Am I done? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, I am not done. Why? What do I need to do next? Foster? 10 7ths is an improper fraction, okay? So if it's an improper fraction, I need to change improper to mixed number. Okay, so I'm going to take this 10 7ths and I'm going to change it to a mixed number. How am I going to do that? Harmony?
First you see how many times 7. You go ahead 10, just once, and then have a remainder of 3.
How did you know I had a remainder of 3?
Because 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, because what you did right there is you took 10 7ths. Julie, I hope you have this written down. Minus 7 7ths, and you said it had remainder of 3. 3 what, though?
3 7.
3 7ths, okay? So I've got 10, and then I've got 1 and 3 7ths.
You got it.
Now what do I do, Aiden?
Now you add the 1 from 1.
What do we call this when there's a whole number in a fraction?
The whole fraction. Wait.
And the what? What do we call this? Who can help now?
Whole number.
No, what do we call it when we have a whole number in a fraction?
Mixed number.
Mixed number. So add the mixed number with what, Aiden?
You add mixed number with your whole.
Yeah. So I'm doing 10 plus 1 3/7. And what am I going to get?
11 3/7.
Okay. So if it's easier for you to wait until the end to switch it, go for it. That's fine. All right.
Will you keep the steps?
Do you want me to keep them up there? Yeah. I thought that might be easier. I might actually make that into a poster over there too
Yay!
sometime today. All right. Any questions about this process? Okay. Good. Four
Yeah, I
stations
didn't even do it.
today. I'll keep the steps up, but I'm going to erase it part. 4 stations today. You'll be doing the same thing. I will add some IXL. Let me get the game real quick. All right, we'll be doing 12/8. So for 12/8, it's to display the digits. I know what you did yesterday because I wrote the points. All right, you're going to need tiles, number tiles 0 through 9. Max cap it.
We did this yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
And what you're going to do is you're going to add 1 3/6 plus 3 2/6 equals what? And you're going to find the number tiles, either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and put it in your numerator and denominator. So you're going to need your whiteboards, and everyone is going to work as a team and work these out, okay? So like if I'm in a team with Haley, Julia, and myself, I'm going to say, okay, Julia, it's your turn. You can choose what problem you want to do. So she would choose one. And then we would all work them out on our own whiteboards, okay? So I shouldn't see one person just working them out. Everyone's working them out. And if you get done, you can do the back one too. All right, any questions about this?
No.
Okay. Sit down.
Sit down, dude.
All right, I will add some IXLs there. I think there's a couple more.
Nah, Toti. How many IXLs?
If you don't want to do the comparing game, you can do 2 rounds of IXL. That's fine.
It's like 12.
All right. Green is at the trapezoid. Yellow is at the rectangle. Just stack the tubs over there, guys. Group 1, meet me at the back table. Quietly, quickly transition. Green is at the trapezoid. Yellow is at the rectangle. Group 2. Go ahead and quietly, quickly transition. Group 3.